So thank you for joining us again on the program Capital Market. I'm Temple Ashaju. It's really good to have you join us this weekend. Happy New Month to our investors and viewers. The Nigerian insurance industry is undergoing a recategorization and recapitalization process with a view to serve the entire investing community and, of course, the public better. Now, the tier-based minimum solvency capital policy offers insurers only a Tier 1 or Tier 2 of the three-tier based recapitalization model. But in the latest twist to this issue on ground, the National Insurance Commission, which is the regulator representing the interest of the federal government, now known as NICOM, recently issued a circular to all insurance companies mandating operators to recapitalize and communicate their interests to the Commission before October the 1st, 2018, as against an earlier issued deadline of January the 1st, 2019. As it stands, insurers have less than 30 days to consummate the exercise. However, of the 56 insurance companies that we have in Nigeria, there are around 20 companies that are about listed on the Nigerian Stock Exchange, majority of which are penny stocks. And until recently, when the one kobo par value rule of the NSE came into play, these companies weren't really experiencing much liquidity, as it were. But the Supervision Director of NICOM joins us now. That's Mr. Barineka Thompson, to understand this new policy and why we have the shift backwards in the deadline for the implementation. Good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
So let's begin with the change in the implementation date, or the working date, as it were, basically the deadline as it is understood by operators and investors. What informs this shift backward?
Yes. Truly, the earlier date that was fixed at the time the policy was introduced to the market and exposed to insurance companies, it was supposed to have been 1st January. And as you rightly stated, it was shifted backwards to commence from 1st October 2018, rather than the 1st January. Now, the reasons for the shifting of the date backward is not far-fetched. The market themselves are aware, but specifically, let me say that for the policy that has been rolled out, you really don't need that time to commence the policy. Why? Because there is no mandatory injection of capital in this policy, this regime. Secondly, and more importantly, it is both in the interest of policyholders and also in the interest of shareholders of companies. Why do we say that? In the interest of policyholders, insurance is such that you work on a different scheme and it's not as if you deposit premium and you come back to take it. The insurance companies will need to make arrangement for treaty or for reinsurance, as the case may be. Now, the reinsurers are secondary underwriters and insurance companies are primary underwriters. Before the beginning of an annual period, insurance companies are expected to file with the Commission all the reinsurance arrangement that supports their technical capacity in the forthcoming year. And so, about September, October, November, December, which coincides also with the period when renewals are conducted, insurance companies are supposed to liaise with their local and foreign reinsurers and obtain valid reinsurance arrangements and file the same on or before 31st December 2018, as the case is now. Now, if we were to go by the 1st January date, you discover that filing of the reinsurance treaty and even making arrangement for it wouldn't have been with certainty. Why? Because the list and the category where a company belongs wouldn't have been released until about 31st December. And so, how would a company have gone ahead to make arrangements with both local and reinsurance companies in order to obtain reinsurance arrangements to cover the policies and the risks they will underwrite in the subsequent year? It therefore follows that when the date is now shifted to October, before the 30th, on or before 30th of September, the list and categories of companies in the tiers that they will now be approved to play will have been released. New licenses will have been issued to all the insurance companies. And so they will still have 3 clear months to make such reinsurance arrangements. Where there is no such in place, then there will be total crisis in insurance covers that will have been issued out or obtained in the year 2019. So this was to forestall a major technical insurance crisis in Nigeria, and it doesn't play that way all over. It essentially aligns with what I have explained to you. In the interest of shareholders, on the other hand, as I mentioned, just briefly, we also did not intend to allow such window between now and the end of the year for companies to stampede shareholders to rush in to go to look for money, okay, from the market. And at the regulatory end, we are aware of the fact that it takes an average of 12 to 18 months for you to be able to raise capital from the capital market, or even when you want to do private placement or rights issue.